everybody. Nick here at the Yamaha room at NAMM 2023. Hanging out with Joel. We're going to talk concert percussion with Yamaha. Lots of great offerings. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, so this year we're featuring the new 1030 PR. This is a new student xylophone, part of our total percussion package. What's really nice about this is a great upgrade from the bell kits that the students usually start on, and it gives you a little larger bar format to kind of get used to those institutional instruments that you'll see in the schools once you get there. This is a perfect at-home practice instrument, so it's a lot more pleasing to the student to practice on this and a lot easier for the parents to listen to as you kind of learn your basic scales, your perfect tunes, and you kind of expand into that xylophone. It's got an X-style stand that's height adjustable, and it can also be set on a tabletop. We also have a really nice post here, which is kind of a rubberized material, so if it gets banged around by the brother or sister, or maybe in transport, you know, it can still hold up. And the thing I love about Yamaha, of course, is the quality and consistency of this instrument. And when you graduate to the bigger instruments at the schools, there's a very familiar sound and feel to those instruments, so it makes it really easy to become a percussionist.
Very cool, man. The marimba over there sounds amazing.
It's
such a big instrument too, right?
Yeah.
So many notes on that guy. How many notes is that?
Well, this is what we call a 5-octave over here, and in comparison, this is a 3-octave xylophone. So the Perosa bars, which is kind of a sister of rosewood, is kind of a really nice material because it's really durable, has a nice sound quality. But as you get into the more professional grade of a 5-octave marimba, we use rosewood. Of course, the resonators are very big. It's got a nice pneumatic height adjustment system to it. But this is really what you'll graduate to in the school system. So you can see the size of the instrument is quite a bit different, but because this bar size is similar to the upper echelon of this instrument, it's easier for that student to transition from a smaller format instrument into a larger instrument. So, yeah, this is our YM 5100A. So, yeah, kind of our premier ensemble solo, marimba instrument. Yeah.
Very cool. You have some other great gear over here. Let's take a walk. Yeah.
So we get a lot of questions, what's the difference between a drum set snare drum and a concert snare drum? So, and really the trick to it is just, as easy as that, is we have a cable system typically on a concert snare drum, because a lot of what we're doing with a drum set is having that one note that we want to sustain, kind of that boosh kind of sound to it. But when we play a concert snare drum, we want the articulation of all those little notes and flams that we're going to play in the pieces. So it's a more delicate and articulate sound that snare drums, concert snare drums have compared to drum set drums. Now, the build is very similar. This has a double cut bearing edge and a deeper snare bed, so that widens the dynamic range. So if I play a really articulate piece, it's very nice and soft, and as I really get into that triple forte, it's not going to break up as I play those louder notes. So, and what I love about Yamaha, of course, we make everything with the air seal system, the staggered diagonal seams. That means the shell's easy to tune and easy to work with. And another really great drum that we have this year is the field drum. This is a 14x14 field drum. It's a great price point for a middle school or a high school. Anytime you have a field drum, it's specific pieces. You're not going to play it all the time. So what's great about this is it's easy to get a field drum to make that kind of what I call kind of that dirty outdoor, kind of field drum, but it's in a concert setting. So, but this is a great price point for that band director. They can purchase this and not feel like they've just spent a lot of money to get a drum they're only going to use a portion of the time. So I love this. It's a great price point. It's an all maple shell, double cut bearing edge, 14x14. It's still sensitive even to that light tap, even with the 14-inch depth. So, and it of course features our great throw off, the Q-type throw off, and the tube lugs just to complete the ensemble as a concert drum.
And then finally over here we have the marching stuff.
Yeah, we got the marching stuff. Yamaha, like we talked about, the build of a drum, is really important. So if you talk about what makes Yamaha unique, I think it's that quality and that consistency. So, for instance, if I have a marching band with 5 snare drums, 3 sets of tenors, and 5 bass drums, that can be 35, 40 surfaces that I have to tune. That's a lot. So what we like about Yamaha is it's very easy to kind of get a great sound out of the drum, and all the drums can be tuned the same and have the same quality of sound very easily. That means as an educator, I'm spending less time tuning and more time rehearsing. So it's really important that build quality of that shell, same as our drum sets, air seal, staggered diagonal seams. We've got the air seal, the airbag in the middle to make sure it's a perfectly round cylinder. That means every drum tunes up really easily, and it's easy to work with. That's really what it comes down to. So the SFZ also lost a couple pounds last year. We actually reduced the weight. but we didn't sacrifice any sound quality or durability that we had with the previous models. So that means it's a lot easier for the kids to move around as they do nowadays. So yeah, we're really excited to have the SFZ and the Field Course series. And of course the hardware. The hardware is a big part of it, right? We have two great carrier options. The Field Course series, which is kind of more of a less moving parts, more is less, if you will. It's got an all-metal belly plate, so it's very durable in that sense. So if it gets dropped or falls out of the truck or something like that, it's not going to break. And it's got simple adjustments. And then we also have what I call kind of the high-end carrier. There's no other carrier like this in the industry. This is the ABS-F carrier. And again, this has got an articulating back support, so this can kind of get into that scallop area, just keep away from the shoulders, but give you a little bit more feeling like the drum is over the center of your body rather than out in front of you. So it makes it a little bit easier for that student to wear it. And these are really good options if you're marching for long hours, like our drum corps or indoor groups. If you've got a parade band that's just out there a little bit, maybe not spending as much time on the field, this is a great option because it feels great, it's super durable, and it's easy to use. So, and then stands. Let's talk about stands. You know, any good drummer needs good stands, right? You know, whether it's our lightweight hardware or it's our Randy May hardware, this is a great stand. It's sturdy, it holds that marching drum. It tilts back a little so that the center of gravity is right over the stand, so it's not tippy. And on top of that, this comes in two pieces now, so that I can put this into a compact bag. It fits right into this black bag here. So a lot of times you're not going to actually pack it up to move it from maybe like the rehearsal spot to the show, but with storage, it's huge because it takes up a lot less space when we're storing it for the winter or the summer, whatever it might be. So we find this, you know, the MASH system, as we call it, to be really convenient. And don't forget, we've got an air shock in here. And what's really nice about this is it just makes it easy to put the level at the correct height for the player. So as you know, sometimes we get lazy and we don't set the stand in the right place, and then we get bad habits and bad technique. So what this allows us to do is make sure the drum is at the right height every time, so it's just easy to use.
And Randy makes such amazing hardware. I call him the mad scientist. The stuff that he creates is cool, and it always has this great look to it. It's very similar look to where all of his gear does. So that's a really cool thing that Yamaha's connected with him for the hardware.
Yeah, it's really the part that connects with the body the most, right? You know, we use implements to play the drum, but this is really what we wear. I mean, we wear this carrier and this drum. So if this isn't comfortable, it means less practice time. It means the kids are more fatigued, you know, more water breaks, whatever it is. So we're very fortunate to partner with Randy May and his products because of the consistency, the quality, and then the engineering that goes into making it fit correctly for that student. So it makes a big difference. Yeah. So
well, Joel, thanks so much for showing us all this fantastic gear.
No problem.
In this great room. All right.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Great to see you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.